Hi YouTube, this is 76 Cheyenne. I have a little bit of an update on the dewight base station here. I just wanted to go over a couple things. The only thing I really did was I did take out some caps just to be able to test them, and I put them back in. I have not replaced any, except for this one over here on the power supply that I had replaced before temporarily. The only thing I did do, I desoldered the audio chip right here and put it back in because there was a lot of glob solder. I can't be for sure whether there's any kind of short, but one of the things that I had a problem with from the beginning is that when I put it in, when I took the external speaker and put it back in the back at the PA speaker, and I put it in PA mode, there was nothing going on. Now after I've resoldered the chip back in, it's not a glob, there's enough solder to hold it in place, and that's it. I mean, it was pretty globbed up. There was a lot of solder on all the points there. Now, as I'll show you here, now this is in regular mode where you'd be transmitting and receiving, as you can tell. And I'll put this, just for shits and giggles, I'll put this in the external speaker port, and this is what I'm getting. A high-pitched noise. Now if it's, as you can hear that, if I turn the mic gain up, it changes. I'm sure you guys can hear that. So that's what I'm dealing with there. That's in regular, that's the external speaker. Not sure what it is there, but I don't know if that's an indication that the audio chip is taking a crap or what, but the voice now, as you can, there it's coming back. And this does this in DC and AC mode. Okay, now I'll turn this off, unplug it, and I'll put it back into PA mode. Now see, before, I do smell something getting hot in here. I don't know what it is, but I kind of smell something. You know, I know that electronic smell, but something's overheating or not quite right. Anyway, before I took the audio chip out, when I first got this radio, it would not operate in PA mode at all. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing there. But if I put it in CV mode, I could get a little bit of audio out of the speaker. And I was telling them, oh, there's some kind of short or something. But, okay, anyway, I am now, got the external speaker plugged into the PA mode. And I'll hit PA. And, testing. Turn the damn thing back on. Now I gotta turn the mic gain down just a hair a bit here. Testing. Testing, oops, a little bit too much there. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Audio. Give me a squeal. Hello. Break. Audio. Too much. Audio. Screw it. This mic gain, if it's up too high, it'll backfeed on me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Audio. Hello. Break. Alright, well, anyway, what I was trying to say is that now I have the audio coming through the PA like it's supposed to be. Before, it did not. It actually would not respond in the PA mode the only way it would do that actually is if I had it in the external speaker. Then it would get a little bit of feedback, but it wasn't loud. It was very very low. Yeah, almost, you could hear it, but it wasn't very good. So, in removing that chip, apparently, at least I got my PA mode in this. And what I'm wondering is this kind of telling me that that audio chip has got some kind of short in it, where in the receive mode or the external speaker mode, there's actually nothing. Well, you heard what happens, and I'll show you once again here what happens when you put it off of PA in a CV mode. And this would be without any, doing nothing. Now it's okay right now until I key. If I turn this mic gain up, it's going to start to squeal. Okay, no, it's not going to. Oh, that's right. It's okay right now because I don't have the speaker hooked up. Okay, that's what I need to do. All right. So just checking one more time. Check, check, check. And I do not have to have the volume up at all for this to actually work. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. There we go. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. The volume does absolutely nothing with this radio. It has not done anything since I got it. But there's check, 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 check. Now, I pull the this out. I'm going to go back into the external speaker port. Now, this is where I started to getting the squeal. Hello, hello, hello. Now we got some modulation here. Testing, testing. Now I'm still in, see there I'm still in the PA mode in the external speaker. If you notice here, I still get some feedback. Ho, ho, ho. I don't know if that's quite right, but now there we go. Now I'm out of PA. There's PA. I'm out of PA, and I get this squeal. I key the mic, it stops, and there's nothing. Well, as you see there, there's a little bit of hello, hello, hoo, cut, breaker, breaker, break, break, breaker, hello, hello, hi, hi, audio, audio. So that's what I'm getting there. That's with the mic keyed off. Getting that squeal. Alright, you got the point. I'm not going to continue doing that. So I'll turn it off here. And it looks like the light's just doing, but it's actually just this backlight here. It's actually on, so that's what makes it look like it's still illuminated. But that's kind of where I'm at there. I had no PA mode. It would not work, and now it is. So at least, it gives me a boost, and at least I might be kind of rolling in the right direction. But once again, it's just an update on where I'm at. I still have some work to do, a lot of work to do here. Mr. Lacey has been kind enough to give me a couple of things that I want to do here. I'm going to try and get a new transformer here, put new caps in here. I'm going to try and get a new audio chip, because I'm wondering if that's what's causing it. It almost seems like, now if I take a clip, an alligator clip, and go back there and I short out any two pins, it'll stop that squealing. Just shorten out the pins, and it'll stop the squealing. So I don't know if that's telling me that there's if it's actually a short inside of the audio chip, or if it's something on my end that I did. But I did have this the other day. The squealing was there. The PA mode was not working, but now it is. So I don't know. Is it the audio chip, or is it something else? I don't know. So that one there, the TF-107, I'm going to try and replace and try and get these caps. I'm trying to get these replaced. These finals here, I'm not too sure about either. See, I'm not sure You know, some of this stuff even needs to be here. It looks like, you know, why they're jumping wires like this one here. Just the wire jumping from there to there. I don't know what the purpose of that is. If you see it right there, I'll use this here to here. I mean, is that some kind of ground? I don't know, but from here to here. And you got this here soldered to here and then to the heat sink here. Just a couple things I noticed that didn't look like it came from the factory, but I'm not, you know, I'm not positive about that. One of these days when I actually get my crap together, I'd like to get a hold of service manual on this thing so I know what was supposed to be here and what ain't supposed to be here, if anybody actually tried to modify this radio at all. So that's where I'm at. I got my PA mode working, which was not working before, and now I got this, like I said, now there's this high switch noise. Now, that was occurring before I took the audio chip out, but I did not have any PA mode before I took the audio chip out. I know it makes no sense, but, you know, the solder was really globbed on there. I mean, it almost looked like it could have even been shorted out, and that's why maybe I wasn't getting that squealing noise. It almost looked like a couple of them were touching, but I couldn't tell for sure, but it looked like somebody really globbed the solder on the back of this. Be careful here, because I know this thing's still hooked up to the AC back there, so hold on a second here. Get the light in the right position. And here's where I did my work. I know, probably not the greatest. The board wasn't the greatest to begin with, but here's where I'm at. Okay, right there. And there's where I did my work. Now, if I come over here while that squealing's going on and I short any of these pins, the squealing stops. Okay? So, but like I said, now there's a lot less solder on here than what was on here previously. Now there's a little bit more here because they had a lead. I don't know where this wire goes. I didn't trace it back. We might go to the, possibly the PA switch. PACB switch, possibly. But I did take a picture before I did anything to make sure I was getting everything back in the right place. But there's a lot less solder here. And a lot of this was like this. So, I mean, don't look at it and say, oh man, look how ugly it is. It was like this. I should get some kind of flux or something. Now, see, that bothers me. Right there, that could be a short right there. I might have to desolder that area right there and see. Looks like some solder might have ran over onto this circuit here. And that would definitely be a problem. I just noticed that. I'll have to check that out. Looks like this solder might have ran over to this circuit right here. I'll have to check into that, maybe desolder that area there, see if I can clean that up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I just put enough solder to get a good connection down through here, and these were just glob full. I mean, literally glob full of solder. Here, all over this board, I mean, this area is just glob full of solder. I put just enough solder on to make the connection and move on. Yeah, I'm not too sure. You know, it doesn't look like solder. It looks more like just kind of residue. Dirt. Fried dirt or something. I don't think it's actually now that I'm scraping this away a little bit, I don't think it's actually, it could be though. I have to check into that maybe. Oops, I'm sorry. Jeez. Right in here, you see it, there's a little bit, possibly. There might be a short there. But see, I went through each and every one of these with a meter and made sure that, you know, I go up through the circuit and make sure there's continuity between each and every one of these. And I never got any kind of, you know, I didn't do from here to here. There was a short from this one to this one. When I went to this one, and as I went back through, this would have sounded as well. So it did not, so I'm going to excuse myself this time. But, hey, here it is, guys. It's the best I could do right now. I don't know what else. I was going to keep hammering at it. And here is this. This I did not do. This is somebody else that did this. I just want to check here. So I can get the hell in here once. And we're going to be right here. Right there is where we're at. I know it's going to be hard to see, but it looks like the solder pad was tore up. And what they did was, and this is on the finals back here, the final transistors. It looks as though they have a lead coming from here to here, and they had a jumper. Okay, here they are. Sorry guys, I'm trying to use this damn phone, I don't like it. But right here is where the solder pad was tore up, right here. I can tell because there's no solder there whatsoever. But they put a jumper on here, as you can see, that goes from there to here. Now I'm just wondering, now I did do a test with it, now this is just going through what I know, I just did a continuity test to see if there was, this is going to this and this is in that circuit, and I followed it where it's supposed to go and everything seems to be okay. Now I think that, I'm not sure if this is a capacitor or what's on the other side of this board, I really didn't look, but anyway, this does have continuity. I go on this side of this from here to here and I get a good tone. So that's, to me, it's a good, good indication that it's coming through. So I go on the other side of the solder, where the solder joint is here, and then I touch it here, and then I get a good tone. So, and this one here as well, it looks like they put some kind of lead here. It's a little tiny piece of metal. I'm not sure why, but it's the way it is. But I also can go up. I can go from here and go up the circuit, and I get a tone. So it's telling me that it at least has, continuity between these connections. So if that seems like that's okay, then I'm going to leave that go, I guess, until I figure out whether the final's any good or not. So, so that's that. The other one is actually, this is the other final right here. Why in the hell can't, whoa, holy shit. Ow! I just touched that, and the power is off, and that AC, right here on this board, that sucker's hotter than shit. I'm going to unplug that. And that's on the AC board there. That's where that's a little on the hot side there. I just happened to touch it with my finger. I didn't think about it in my hand here when I was going around the camera. But yeah, it's a little hot right here. And this is what the capacitor is actually. So it was a little hot. So I might have to look into getting another capacitor maybe, or maybe it's just the way, it was unplugged, but there was no surface juice there. But I guess there's always current running through these no matter what. So yeah, it was a little hot. I'm not sure how hot they're supposed to be getting. There is a heat sink on there and everything. But all right, I don't want to make this any longer than it has to. I was just updating on the well, what I've already said. So any help? Anybody interested in helping? And Mr. Lacey, I appreciate your help and your input on what you've said so far. But that's kind of where I'm at. That's the work that I did today. Not much more I can do. Like I said, other than that, I'm getting that tone, and I'm getting that whether it's in AC or DC mode. So I hope that's okay. And there's one more thing I did want to say, and I did not want to forget about saying something about this. I can't find the damn thing right now, but if you notice, this is another thing I did do, and this is the only reason I did this. Let's see, we're right here. Okay, there was a metal bridge running from here to here. And that metal bridge, I could not get the solder back in for shit. All it did was set in two holes. I'm not sure what it did. It looked like some kind of guard that went across here. And not being able to get that to solder back in, what I've done is I took it's pretty heavy gauge wire here, and I soldered that between the 2 points. So I know I don't know if that's the right things to do, but in my mind is, if this was say, a ground or something that was going from this point to this point, because I know that when I touched here on the ground and I touched on this before, I got a tone, which told me this is in a ground circuit of some sort. But the only thing I did was I put, you know, this wire here between these 2 points, which is some kind of bridge. Shit, it was just laying here. What the hell do I do with it? It was just a flat piece of metal that walked. Oh, here it is. It was a flat piece of metal like this. Okay, like that. And it went between those 2 points. I could not get the son of a bitch to solder back in for shit. And I had to desolder that because it was covering two points that I needed to desolder to get something else off, one of the capacitors that I was trying to get off. But it went right here. So let me know if that's okay or if this has to go back in. I don't know. It's a piece of metal, you know, like that, like this, like a little bridge. And if it's okay, let me know if this will do. I put this piece in here. That I did because I could not, for the life of me, to get this thing to solder back in for shit. So, yeah. Just being honest about what I did so far. I don't want to leave stuff out because if something's not right, you let me know and I can correct it. But I couldn't get that bitch in there. Holy hell. Just wouldn't solder. But I know I seen another guy take one out and he said it was just some kind of guard for circuits that might hit a speaker or something, or in another box that he had tore apart. So, just to let you know, I did this here, I put in. It's a bridge from this side here to this side here. Alright? And up here, like I said, one more time, I unsoldered all of these pins on the audio. Like I said, they don't look the greatest, but a lot of this, I don't know what, it's dirt. It looks worse than what it is. I should have got some flux and cleaned up this area a little bit more. But I went through all my circuits, every single one of them, and all of them are, I have continuity through everything. So what I'm saying is at least my soldering is not shorted out. Because I know for a fact if I shorted this pin and this pin, when I go to this side of the circuit, I thought first this might have been solder and it might have been touching this pad, but it's not. It's just some kind of, it's like dirt, grime. But I know that if this one and this one were shorted, then when I went to this pin and came back over through, I would get sound here. I get a tone here, letting me know that this circuit and this circuit are tied together, and they're not. Okay, so I'll just let you know. So there we have it. Other than that, all I did was took out a couple capacitors, you know, to test them, solder everything back in. Like I said, not using as near as much solder as somebody else was using, and I don't think it's necessary to use a whole glob full of solder to solder something on. If it's soldered, it's soldered. Done deal. It doesn't. I don't think it needs to have a whole glob of solder. I mean, these were just full of solder here. All these, and these are all secured very nicely, but they don't have all the globby. Now this one is here a little bit. This is a black wire lead that came over through. I don't know where this goes. I have a feeling that might go to that damn. I'm not sure. I'm going to trace that down and see where that might go. Okay, anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope everybody had a good turkey. I know I was full. I passed out and went to bed, got back up, watched the Eagles and Cowboys, seen that game. Anyway, thanks a lot for any help you guys want to give. I appreciate it. This is 76 Cheyenne saying we'll catch you later. Thank you.